Okay, moving on to vegetables. For several years I've grown potatoes in pots. I don't have a lot of room in my garden to make new beds, and I line up these pots and plant early potatoes in them, things like Red Norland and Superior, and mulch them with leaves. By the middle of the summer I get lots of nice potatoes. Over here is a patch of my garden where I planted, I sowed rapini, bok choy, and spinach in April under covers, those covers over there. And all of that has grown, come to maturity. It's been harvested and eaten, and some of it's going to seed. So eventually that'll get taken over by bush beans when that comes out. Speaking of bush beans, I have some here. Those are the yellow variety, which seem quite popular in the Maritimes. They're easy to germinate, and they're usually the first to come to harvest. And along the back there, I've got some various kinds of climbing beans. I grow too many beans, but I give them away to neighbors and so on. I love beans. Here's a potato bed that I've developed over the last 2 years. This part of the garden used to be in a lot of shade because of a tall spruce tree. That spruce tree became diseased and we took it down. And I decided I was going to make this into a potato bed. There used to be lily of the valley there, and I just cut it down, covered it with cardboard, dumped a whole bunch of soil on it. That was in the fall. And in the spring I grew my potatoes. That was last year. This year I've done the same. So these potatoes are just potatoes from the grocery store that stayed too long in the bag and started growing legs. So I said, what the heck, I'll plant them, and they're coming up. They're the most healthy potatoes I have. Go figure. Here is half of my garlic bed and some multiplying onions, some kale, some beets, and in between there's some lettuce that I grew from seed, and there's some carrots coming along. And over here, can't really see them, but my parsnips are finally germinating. They'll go all summer there. This is the little teepee I grow my cucumbers on. This year I didn't start them indoors. I started them directly sowed in the ground, but I'm having trouble getting them to germinate. So I keep on pushing seeds in. I've got a couple there that are coming up. And over here I've got there's 8 tomatoes. There's Scotia, which is a local variety, and San Marzano, which is an indeterminate variety for making sauces. And also there's some ground cherries there. Our rhubarb patch is looking a bit shattered, but that's because I got in there and harvested quite a lot of it. So it's looking a bit upset, but it'll be fine. It's a very strong plant. Over here I've got some zucchini growing in pots, and over there a kind of Lebanese zucchini that's taking longer to sprout. Here we have some very vigorous cherry tomatoes called Amy's apricot. Over here some runner beans that I'm growing just for the flowers, for the hummingbirds. And here's another variety of cherry tomato that are taking longer to start, and a couple of lettuce plants. I know this looks like a mess, but it's at the end of its season. I winter sowed and spring sowed a number of Asian greens in here, including arugula, komatsuma, maizuna, mustard, and spinach, perpetual spinach, which is really a chard. All of these things have grown, been harvested. I was having salads in May They've all gone to seed now, and I've got to clean this up. Maybe collect some seed and then see if there's something I can grow in there for the rest of the summer, something fast growing. I'll have to put my mind to that. Anyhow, thanks for watching.